Alrighty. Sorry, I'm outside. You might get some background. Verse of the night, Isaiah 61:6. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. Meditation. God calls us to speak up and share his message of love and forgiveness. We are his priests and his ministers, honored to serve him by caring for others and assuring them of his grace. Despite the pressure to remain silent, we can confidently proclaim his truth, knowing it is powerful and will bring hope and healing. And then the prayer, O Lord, grant me the courage to speak your praises. May my lips be open to proclaim your glory. Amen. And let's start the video. So what happens when you come and try to sit to an isolated place by yourself? That's what you got to deal with. Who do you think you are, coming to a place and enjoying the sunset, minding your own business? Who do you think you are, man? We got to watch you, man. You're a threat. We got to make sure you're not doing nothing you're not supposed to be doing. Yeah. Who do you think you are, walking around our community doing whatever you want to do? It's your boy Bahama here. Hope y'all up, staying high vibrational, not letting these demons get to you. I'm just recognizing that I'm experiencing mobbing from a whole community, whether people believe me or not. Pittsburgh, they show me the amount of power they have. You know, at the end of the day, it's really just a government science project. What happens when you get a whole community of narcissists and people void of empathy? You know, what happens with somebody with empathy and somebody who cares and, you know, who just wants to, who's not competing with anybody, who just want to wake up and strive and, you know, be great? Well, you become a target, especially if you decide to speak truth. Well, of course, this train decides to get louder. You know, it is what it is. Ain't nothing you can do, bro. Every day you're going to see the same synchronicities, the same games. You got to like the red-blue synchronicities, right? No matter where you at, you got to deal with the same old games with people, but yet you're the crazy one. Nah, y'all just showed me that there's a community full of crazy people that the world needs to know about and that people don't know about for whatever reason. This program is bigger than what people, they want us to believe, you know. They got their titles for us and calling us the TI community. You know, I'm a part of the truth community. I'm a part of the community that's going to see something, say something real evil, you know. This way you got to get the same synchronicities, the same games. Dog walkers talking out loud. You know, I'll literally walk from point A to point B, won't hear nothing. Let me pull out my phone and start recording and try to make a video to get information out to people. There you go. Scripted conversations, people in your mouth, you know, people staring at the back of your head. Like, it just doesn't stop, man. You know, I could tell with this program, they label me some weird sex offender who can't communicate, you know, can't talk to females, whatever the story y'all saying about me. I done seen the theatrical games, you know. It's not about what you are, it's about what they can turn you into. You know, I miss being in Atlanta, waking up every day and just seeing beautiful females every day, you know. Pittsburgh, they got me in an environment where every day I wake up, I just see couples and kids everywhere. You know, I'm not, you know, got no problem with children. You know, go out and be kids. You know, the children I do have a problem with is the ones who are being programmed to, let's just say, harass a grown-ass man and doing little theatrical skits in front of me. You know, those are the ones, and I know it's not their fault, you know, Freemasonic families, you know, satanic family members. What can you do? This is what they're like. I understand that these people are experts at psychological warfare. The things I see in this city, you know, I can't really put it into words and explain it, but they're running a full-on psychological operation with me, and that's why this asshole sniffling and sneezing behind me. You know, these people are real devils, dude. Real crazy people, you know. whole city, no matter what. As soon as they get right up on you, they start talking. I'm literally watching these people as they're coming past. They're not saying nothing. You know, they get right up on me, start talking. It's full on. You know, I try to come outside and enjoy myself and sometimes talk, but they show me how bad it is, man. I can't explain subtle harassment tactics, but all you need to know is that everything they do is to manipulate and control your mind. You know, everything that they do, man, it's to distract you, is to throw you off. You know, real TIs, you know what I'm talking about. You'll literally walk from point A, point B, walk outside for hours. You want everyone walking past you with their head down. You know, everybody's quiet around you, let you pull out your phone, let you actually end up talking to somebody on the phone, enjoying yourself, watch people want to come next to you, start yelling, start screaming, start coughing and sneezing and sniffling and blowing their nose. You know, like, it's insane, man. Like, these people are real devils, and this isn't no, like, you're chosen. Like, it's more so you're just hated so bad to where these people are willing to turn the whole community upside down just to get to you. Weirdos, man. You know, even people and their reactions with being in my presence, they all got this attitude of like, I'm better than you. It's like, I don't care, bro. I don't care. Piss off, bro. Like, I don't get it. What's the obsession with having somebody care about the things that you're doing? Like, imagine how weak people gotta be to constantly have to have you worried about the things they're doing in life. Like, I can't explain it. That type of mindset is just small-minded, bro. I don't walk around the community thinking I'm hot shit. I don't walk past people thinking, oh yeah, I'm better than you, I'm too good to talk to you. No, I'm just tired of dealing with people's bullshit, man. I just want peace. I don't care what the hell y'all got going on, the things y'all saying about me. Say it to my face, bro. All these rumors and lies and people paint me to be a certain way. How about let's try something. Let's confront the person with the problem instead of using psychological games and flooding certain people in your face. And then when you don't give them the reaction, it's, look, we told you he's weird. Like, get out of here, bro. Y'all are small-minded, weak people, man. Y'all evilness done went to y'all head and y'all think y'all some type of intelligent person. Y'all know what we like and what we dislike. Get out of here. Y'all don't know a damn thing. Y'all only know my reaction to being targeted. And I'm telling the world, Pittsburgh, PA is a cultic city. You know, as a TI, you got to learn to run your own test too, just to see how bad your harassment is. I done had every outburst I done had within this community, right? Let them pass. You know, every outburst I done had in this community, and I had it in the heart of downtown Pittsburgh, it was always the same reaction. Everybody around me starts laughing. You know, I don't want to scare some TIs out there, but some of us are literally, the only way to explain it is that you're really dealing with Truman Show. As crazy as that sounds, bro, it's 100% true. I mean, every time I step outside, it's just theatrical games, man. Straight psychological warfare. They show you that they're the terrorists, and they got whole communities of them. You know, their purpose is to put you in the box and have you kill yourself off. Just imagine the type of hatred somebody gotta have for you. You're not a threat to anybody. They just hate who you are, your energy. You know, it's like I said, it's more than just being chosen. It's your character. It's your authenticity, to the point where, instead of just leaving you alone and let you just go live your life, nope, we gotta destroy you. Every second that you step outside, we gotta bother you. We gotta show you that the community doesn't like you. Y'all looking at me with a controlled hatred, an artificial hatred. I've done nothing to y'all. I've hurt nobody. Hell, most of my life, I've lived a passive life. If anything, y'all are the animals. Y'all are the abusers. Y'all are the aggressors. Everything y'all do is pure torture. Even y'all actions, y'all attitude when it comes to harassing people, it's filled with pure just envy, hatred, obsession. Like, there's no good intention behind it. The only good thing about it is that y'all like to harass, y'all like to torture people. Y'all like to play this sick ass game they call gang stalking. You know, in cities like Pittsburgh they're dead, man. They're dead. They want you to believe that you're worthless. They'll do their best to have the whole community ignore you, so you drive yourself crazy from lack of human connection. You know, really, these people are the monsters, bro. They need a whole community to target one person, and then got the audacity to talk down to you and call you crazy. Let's let them pass. Just let them pass, you know. Like I said, they got to yell when they get right up on you. Pathetic, man. You know? And they're like, yeah, for my people who just stumble across this type of video, and you're like, oh, what are you talking about? That's just people mind their own business. And the thing about dealing with harassment is everything they do is settled, but what makes it stand out is due to the fact that everybody does the same thing in your presence. Whether that's slamming car doors, whether that's yelling right up on you, whether that's using red-blue synchronicities, whether that's honking horns, you know, whether that's yelling and screaming in your presence, whether that's stomping their feet on the ground, you're not going to hear just one person do it. You're going to hear 100 people do it. You might walk outside for a span of 15 minutes and go back in the crib, and you're going to hear 100 of those synchronicities. Not realistically, but you get the point. You know, the laughing in the distance, you know, all these people, theatrical, you know. I hear the same thing, people yelling outbursts like that, bro. Weirdos, man. Who was that? That was either somebody up on the bridge, or no, it was these people. That's what you gotta hear. Perfect synchronicity. Weirdos, witches, warlocks, sadistic people. If you listen closely, they don't even be saying words, just trigger words. Ass, trash, ass, like, shut up, bro. Like, ass. Sometimes it's hard not to act out in emotion and spaz on people, because when you start to realize that they're attacking you very cowardly. Everything they do, it's like, these people have no honor. You know, even if it was battle and war, these people, there's no dignity, no backbone, no honor. Everything they do is cowardly attacks. I don't care what you say, psychological warfare, yeah, it's a form of war, but it's pussy, bro. It's soft. It's you trying to take out the trash without lifting up a finger. That's why no matter where you go as a TI, you always gonna have people appear out of nowhere.
Sometimes. Excuse me.
Scripted conversations, manage aggression tactics. Everybody playing the same game, man. And it's just annoying because I truly don't give a fuck. And that's why I feel like why I'm experiencing harassment from a whole community, because I don't care what y'all have to say. If y'all not going to say it to my face and y'all going to subliminally mess with me, I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to care. I don't care about what y'all got to say about me. Kid lover, crazy, woman beater, whatever y'all trying to say next. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Y'all are cowards. Y'all are weak people who mastered psychological warfare instead of just being real and saying it to a person's face. You know, I don't care, man. I'm at this stage. The more I pray, the more I realize how these people are void of souls. There's nothing in them. That's why they're easily used, easily manipulated, easily controlled. That's why they're not going to ever stand up. They're never going to look at the actions that they do and see that as wrong. They're never going to do that. They're real narcissists. Their way is right and you're wrong. It's black and white with these assholes. You just can't be a good guy with bad qualities. You know, it's either you're all good or all bad. You got to be that perfect man to fit in society. And really, all these artificial perfect people are demonic people. You know, sacrificing, killing. You know, I say it all the time, man. Y'all think the biggest sellouts is the ones you see on TV? Nah, it's the niggas in your own community. They're just not doing it for fame. This is why you got people dissing their parents. That's why you got aunties and nephews and, you know, sisters and brothers dissing their parent. Randomly dying, randomly dissing their parent. Because they're being sacrificed, man. And I'm starting to realize that the crimes you see on TV is only people spazzing out. Come on, man. I hate to keep referring to the whole 8 million you know what disappearing a year, but it's the truth. How is that possible? And no one's caring. It's because these families secretly sacrificing and selling out their own family members. You know, selling out their children. You know, there's some chick in my building, bro. Since this time span I done been in here, bro, I done seen her pregnant like 5 times, bro. A big belly about 5 times, and then it's just gone. You know, what people do in the shadows, that's between them and God, but I acknowledge how I'm surrounded by toxicity. Pittsburgh is literally a crime syndicate. Is really a city of hate and torment and abuse. It's a very ritualistic city, man. Y'all can use whoever y'all want to see, use against me. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me. At the end of the day, real demons control this city, man. And all y'all do is just have a bunch of hive-minded, weak people who's never going to stand up for nothing. They not. Gotta love every dog walker, And turn around right there. Nice. I'm just trying to live life. But I guess God had different plans for me. Like I was supposed to fight some war. Supposed to conquer my sins. I'm not here to live a normal life. I wasn't meant to fit in. That's just the sad truth about it. I was never meant to fit in with the people with the likes of these people, man. Look what they do all day, every day. These people are never growing. They might upload pictures of them traveling to certain places, but they gonna live and die in a city that don't appreciate them, that don't want them to bring out their true talents. All these people do is hate. And then when it's like they can sense people having some inner power to change the world, and it's like they're putting lightning in a bottle. They're trying their damnedest to isolate me from everybody so I can't have a normal relationship with people. It's gotten to the point where I can't even smoke weed in the city, bro. I know, growing with God, I'm understanding I have to be sober-minded in some cases, but I've always liked to smoke marijuana for recreational purposes, like whether I was freestyling or, making a poem or something. I was doing a lot of that when I first touched down in Pittsburgh, but, small stuff like that is what letting me know I'm dealing with something calculated, something meant to disturb me. Something meant to have me move with fear and be scared to approach people. Like I can tell it's y'all inducing new trauma. And see me, I got this problem where I'm very hard-headed. I don't like when people, whether that's physically or mentally, trying to tell me how to live my life and what should I do and how I should move around in this world. Screw y'all. Y'all don't control nothing but yourselves. And it's become an obsession. Now they're obsessed with trying to control others through fear and manipulation. I know I'll never be born on y'all side of torturing. I'll never be a gang stalker. I'll never be a person that's seeking to disrupt someone's peace just because I have hatred for them. Like, what type of people are these to be like, hey man, you see that guy? Let's go and harass him. Let's go and watch him. We heard he's a bad guy, so let's go over and do like what type of people would even agree to do some fuck shit like that? And then got the audacity to feel like they're in the right. That whole Templar killing in the name of God bullshit, man. Excuse my language. But it's just the truth, man. Who these people think y'all are, man? Wait, cultists, Luciferians, shit they don't want the world to know about. But they want to try to destroy us with lies, calling us all different type of titles. For what? What's the point? Just y'all own sick, sadistic game, isn't it? Y'all obsession. This is no different than like Squid Games or something. Just a bunch of rich people. You got billions of dollars. Y'all can change the world. Y'all can turn this world into a heaven. But what y'all choose to do? Destroy, kill, steal. That's what y'all choose to do. Psychologically manipulate whole communities. You know, I think this video is at its closure, and I'm just seeing nothing but dog walkers now. Loud engines, you know, you can't never hear it in the distance. You always got to hear it in your vicinity, right? And I'll probably make a part 2 or whatever when I get to work. It's the only time I can really, you know, make a video without any type of outside distractions. You know, it is what it is, man. This is what happens when Satan controls a whole world. When these dark forces are in whole communities. I know y'all wish me to be fearful, and you know, y'all had some, like, I'm trying to discuss the mindset that these people have. Like Pittsburgh is a community of people who demand control from others. And when you don't want to follow in line and you want to just do your own thing, whether it don't matter what you're doing, good, righteous, bad, don't matter. If you don't want them to put a leash on you, then it's their way or the highway. You got to get up out of this environment. And that's why I'm experiencing this level of harassment, which I'm dealing with in this city. You know, people ain't got to believe me. Especially Pittsburghers who watch this, you ain't got to believe me, but your whole city is controlled by cultists. You know that. You know. The truth hurts. So why do y'all try to use lies to destroy TIs? Why isn't this program known about? You know? But this is Bahamut, man. I'm out of here. Make sure y'all stay up and stay high vibrational. I'm gone.